Today we are starting off with a celebration, guys. We have a big celebration. We have just hit 10,000 subscribers, which is insane. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who has subscribed. And yeah, if you're interested, stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to do a 10,000 subscriber special and I will tell you all about the details at the end of the video. But I think some cake to celebrate is in order, and I think I want to have my cake up at the top of my, I guess the train station. I want to have it up on this thing. I feel like I left ladders on this, didn't I? Oh, no I didn't. Okay. Maybe I can put my cake underneath the bell right here. That's my cake. And I'm going to celebrate by having a slice. There we go. So thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. It's insane that so many people have found and resonate with my channel enough to subscribe. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, stay tuned to the end of the video to hear about the event that I have planned. Alright, but as you guys saw in the intro, we actually have railways that can sustain the speed of a chest minecart now. Between episodes, I worked on this, and Loki actually helped me out during a live stream, breaking up the rails and making sure that, you know, there was one powered rail per 3 regular rails, and yeah, now we can actually take chest minecarts around the place, which is handy. And yeah, I'm going to continue to do that as we keep laying down rails, which we're probably going to do quite a bit of in today's video. I plan on working on the new rail station out that way that is going to connect to this one and connect you know, the center of spawn with the shopping area basically. And I came down here earlier as well, and I got a gift from Mr. Saturday, which is the Crimson Wheat is his shop, which houses our underground operation with ZX. So this is how you know Mr. Saturday's an ally. Look at him; he's gone and collected a bunch of wheat for us. This will be really good for our business. So yeah, and he's definitely going to get maybe a bit of a cut from this. So that's awesome. But before we get into the railways and making the train station, I need to move out of this little hole. This was my day 1 hole that I expanded to, and I've got all these resources in here, but I feel like I've outgrown it, and I actually want to build a little house, you know, in spawn. A lot of people have their houses in spawn, and I want my own. All I've done so far is this train station here. Wow, this guy's chilling up there. I'm just going to avoid that guy. I picked out a spot next to Mr. Saturday, in between the train station and Mr. Saturday, so I'm still close to the projects I need to do, but, you know, I actually have a build here, and, yeah, I'm gonna use this little plot right here. I don't have any plan, which is pretty standard for most of my building. I'm gonna just do it off the dome and see what comes out of it, but this is where I plan on building, just a little spot right here between the post office and Mr. Saturday's place, and this new garden that's come up here. I'm not sure who did this. This feels like a Mr. Saturday build as well, potentially. I'm not too sure. Alright, so I've just finished the starter home, and this is what it's looking like. It's a nice little classic looking box house just in this spot here, and it's quite flat because I wanted to maintain the visibility of Mr. Saturday's place over here, but I quite like how it turned out. It's like a little flat little box thing, and the thing I sort of thought about it was, like, what practically do you need in a house in beta Minecraft? You know, the main things you need are storage, furnaces, and a bed, basically. Like, those are the main practical things. So that's pretty much exactly what this is. So yeah, you sort of come in here. Under these are all pistons again with the glowstone underneath, so it's nice and lit without having visible torches anywhere. And yeah, you open this door and you come in. We got a little bit of a music block kind of entrance, which is nice. And yeah, this is the interior. We have basically, yeah, just chests everywhere. This is it's basically the house is just a storage house in a way, because you don't really need more than that. And yeah, it's nice and centered in spawn, which is nice. And we've got this like interactive floor. I just kind of wanted something happening while you were walking around. You know, you just get these light up kind of redstone dust, and then these are furnaces, of course. So yeah, very practical. Now you'll notice that I don't have a bed, and that's because I wanted to put my bed here, nice in the center. But if I put a bed here, this note block won't work, because if you put anything above a note block, it doesn't work. So I'm gonna do something that you may or may not have seen before, and that is to basically create half a bed. So I'm gonna put that there with sand, and then I'm gonna break this for the moment. Oh, I kind of want that. Hang on. Okay, so we'll put the sand here, and then we'll go cactus, bed. And that did give me my bed back, which it shouldn't do. Can I interact with that? I can. Okay. So we should be good now. So if I break this, okay, and then we'll grab our note block, and we'll remove this. I'm not sure why this duplicated the bed. I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't like that, but we have our bed here. We have our bed here, and let's turn this to the right note. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. And now we have our bed. So this is the full house complete now. We've got our bed in here. Now I do have a music box here. I wonder if that's going to update the bed and make it realize. I don't think it should, but let's check that out now. I think it fits in quite well, you know, it's just a modest little build here that kind of just fills that space without blocking any of the views that were previously existing. So yeah, I quite like it. And you might think this is like unfinished, but I kind of, for whatever reason, like the way it's looking like that with the dirt, but maybe I should make it cobblestone or something. But yeah, let me just make sure that this doesn't break this. Oh, it does! No! My music vibes! Damn it. Wait, I need my bed back now. Okay. So I guess I can't have my music box there? I don't know, maybe I'll just have to decide which corner, like my music discs and stuff are gonna go into. Maybe it'll just be this corner, and we'll put the jukebox there or something. I don't know, we'll see. We'll figure it out at some point. But let me fix this. Let me fix this again. I am fully expecting this bed to break multiple times from whatever happens around here, but we'll see.
Can you actually sleep on it?
Yeah. It's only just daytime, but yeah, you can sleep on that. That's the only important part of the bed. The bottom half of the bed doesn't matter.
So if you only have a bottom half, can you not sleep on it?
No, you can't sleep on a bottom half. You know how if you sleep in a bed, and then you break the bed and place it back down like this, it retains your spawn point. But the same thing happens if you rotate it. Like if I rotate it, but this is in the same spot,
really?
it's
as
still
long as the top half is in the same.
As long as the top half occupies the same slot that you slept in, then it's fine. But the bottom half is just aesthetic. It doesn't have any function.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is a good storage room. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I haven't moved in yet, but I'm gonna get there.
Yeah, this is nice actually. Oops, you should have all of these note block up here set to like certain notes.
Yeah. I imagine people will keep messing with them. I'm kind of hoping people with like on the signs or like on the side and the back, maybe like every now and again break the one and like kind of add a little message and stuff, like someone's carving into the wood or something. I feel like that would be kind of fun. Alright, we're making our first use of the new railways by implementing our chest minecart here, and we're sending this off to the west, which is towards the shopping district, which is where we're going to be building our first train station connection point to the main train station. So yeah, I've just collected a bunch of resources. Guys, you wouldn't believe it. I'm gonna build this one off the dome, okay? This is coming off the dome. I have an idea of what I want the train station to kind of look like, but yeah, we're just gonna see how we go, you know. And yeah, use the resources I have at hand, and we'll see how we go. I actually collected a ton of clay bricks, well, I guess clay, on a live stream, so if you want to check that out, feel free to check out the live streams tab or playlist. But yeah, it was a fun live stream. I'm very slowly catching up to the minecart. You can tell, obviously, with the distance, you know, I can still catch up with it. So hopefully, as we go up the spiral, this doesn't matter. But yeah, I even gave it a couple of seconds before I left as well. But yeah, let's get up here. Hopefully, oh, we got stopped. We got stopped. Okay, so it's even slower going uphill, which is crazy. So let's get up here. Still a problem. You just gotta follow it a bit slower, I guess. But I think the practicality outweighs the frustration of it, maybe. Alright, and there we go. We got our chest minecart here with all our resources. And this is my little layout design. You might not really be able to tell what's going on here. Spawn is back that way, and the way I want this to work is, and this is going to be on all 4 of the different train stations, there's going to be, you know, this spiral staircase that leads up to the middle here. I might turn this extra so that it finishes here, maybe, like right in the center, or I might push this a little bit so it finishes in the center, you get out, and then the corridors lead off this way. But there's going to be 3 separate corridors, and they're going to kind of consist of the walls on either side, and then similar to the train station I made back in my area in Back to Beta Season 1, there's going to be like little rails that kind of come off here like this, that you can jump on, press the button, and then off you go to wherever it specifies. Now, there's a few issues with that design, like, you know, when you add a rail, you have to make sure it doesn't get tangled with the rest. But I think it should be okay if people, you know, are smart about how they add them, and I might spread them out just a little bit, you know. And I think with these ones, I'm okay with them, you know, some of them being, you know, they come out of the train station and come up, and some of them going down underground. Like, I think that can be, you know, it can be flexible, you know. This is where people decide how they want to connect to these outer train stations. And we're basically going to do the same thing on all 3 sides. And I think that'll be pretty cool and interesting. So the first step in actually building this is going to be to tear down what's already here and make a start on actually making this, laying down this foundation, you know. Alright, I might have gotten a little bit carried away building and not showing any of it on camera, but we're at a good spot here, I think, with the layout and the design that's kind of brewing in my mind, and I'm excited to kind of take you guys through it. This is kind of what the front is looking like right now. I thought I would aim it towards the spawn, so, you know, if you're walking from spawn, that's, you know, you're walking and seeing the front. So yeah, this is what we're looking at, and I guess I'll just walk in and kind of show you guys a bit of what you're looking at first, and then I can explain it a bit. So this right here, this in the center, is the spawn railway, so this will take you to and from spawn, and yeah, you'll end up here, you sort of jump out, and then you can pick either to go right, straight, or, you know, left. And when you pick one of these directions, there's these, you know, obsidian blocks, and these all indicate where the rails and the buttons are going to go. And yeah, basically all of these are junctions for personal rails, or rails that are going to go, you know, to where people want them to go. So people can basically come along here and pick a rail, and then they will take that to where they want it to go. I think I've spread them out enough to where they shouldn't clash with each other. The idea is that they sort of go down to a specific Y level, and yeah, they'll be able to avoid each other, hopefully. But yeah, there's 30 different rails, which I think should be plenty. I don't see you know, 30 different individual rails coming out of this one station, but I thought I'd have, you know, better have more than less. And out this way is on like either end, so that end doesn't have one, but this end and this end does, has this separate rail here, and this one is what will connect this station to the one that's over there. So each of these stations are on the axis of the main train station. So this one is on the f=1 axis, and then the next one would be on the f=0, you know, shifted over that way however many blocks. And yeah, this will basically connect diagonally to that station, or, you know, as close to diagonal as possible, and then this one would do the same to the one over that direction as well. So yeah, pretty cool. I think this is a pretty decent layout for what I had. I played around a lot with different ideas on the way this layout should look, and I think I'm pretty happy with how this has come along. And the idea is that it's quite an open station, right? So this is, you know, blending you know, form and function, right? So I want it to be nice and open so that you can basically leave and come back very easily, get to where you want to be, and see exactly where you want to be, right? So there's, you know, staircases everywhere. It's going to be quite open. These pillars and stuff are going to maybe come up a little higher, and then there's going to be sort of different segmented roofs, which we'll get to in a bit. And yeah, I've made a start on the roads that are all around here. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of just like cobblestone roads necessarily, but I thought I would just slap some in so that people actually, if they wanted to, could even start expanding roadways and start building here whilst I'm working still on the train station. So yeah, I'll be letting everybody know that that's something that they can do. Because yeah, the first thing was to get the train station in basically, and it's quite big, it's quite grand, but there is a lot of space around here to work with. So yeah, for a shopping area, I think this will be perfect. Hopefully there's quite a bit of expansion around here. In terms of like other places, I mean, who knows what will go around those train stations, but yeah, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and I've finished the station. Now you're probably wondering, why is it so open? Where are the roofs? I'll get to that, okay? I've gone through a lot of thought process on the train station and what I thought looked good. And you know what? I think this is the best outcome. So first of all, this is the west train station, which is denoted by the color green, which I did in the train station back at spawn. So this is like the green station, okay? And that's why all these lanterns are green, and that's why this wall is green. Now, when you come up in here, I've sort of done this little indentation in the ground. I've added some lighting, so it's a little safer, but I've kept it really open plan, and I actually quite like the way this looks. I tried to do a couple of roof designs, and they just didn't really work. And, you know, we were talking about how we want this to be, like, quite functional, you know, people can just walk in, walk out very easily. You know, there's the reason we have these stations, we want these stations, is to encourage people not to use the nether, because there's not really a reason not to use the nether in any version with the nether, right? Over rails. So the whole idea is to encourage people to use the rails more than they would use the nether. And I think the best way to do that is to have it as open as possible so that people can just walk out. You know, it is Minecraft. You can just walk on the walls and walk in, you know. So I've kept it really super open, which I really like. Now, some of the additions we've made... Sorry about the spiders. They're underground somewhere. I need to light things up. So some of the additions I've made, first of all, we've added signs in here. And I'm going to explain how, like, the... I guess the nomenclature, is that how you say it, works for the train stations, or is gonna work once the rest of them are in. So this over here is to denote that this is the blue, like the blue station. So this is gonna go to the south station diagonally that way, and that's why that one's red as well. That one's gonna go to the north station, which is red. So this is the green station, and I think everybody's gonna kind of have an address, you know, in a way. So, for example, say I lived, let's go over here, say I lived at the end of, like, this rail here. This would be rail number 10, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? So, the way I think it would work would be, this is the green station, so G is the first thing, G, and then it would be platform, so 1, 2, 3, that's like how I would describe the platforms, platform 1, platform 2, platform 3, so a G2, because this is platform 2, and then 10, because it's rail number 10. I feel like that would be a cool way to, like, order, you know, have a way to kind of, like, a shorthand, you know, to tell people where you live at the end of each rail, you know, because then if you were, like, over at this one, it's like G... 3 and then 4, you know. I feel like that would be a really easy way to tell people where you live. So I'm going to try and incorporate that and let people know that's how you kind of name things. I feel like that'd be good. Maybe there should be some signage to sort of let people know that that's 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. I don't know. I'll explain it and we'll see if it tacks on. But this is the train station, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's about to be nighttime, so we can kind of see that it's not entirely lit up, but it's mostly lit up. I also went ahead and put some lit furnaces in the pathways as well, just to light up this whole area, just to make it a little bit safer, so that people don't get, like, you know, surprise creeped, you know. But yeah, this is the train station. I hope you guys like the way it looks. I think it's pretty functional, and I think it looks pretty unique and interesting, to be honest. And yeah, hopefully some people come out here and start, you know, building some shops and things. I know mine has done this pathway here to this nice looking fountain, I guess to connect to that road over there. I think there should also be a connection to the road there as well. But now all that's left is to build 3 more. So one on the south, one on the east, and one on the north. I might do these on a live stream, I'm not sure. So be sure to, you know, keep an eye out for some live streams. But yeah, otherwise, I'll probably do those between episodes, because they're all going to look pretty much identical to this, you know, minus the, or, you know, interchanging the colors. So yeah. Alright, so we've made it to the end of the video, which I hope you have enjoyed. Now we're going to talk about the 10,000 subscriber special that I have planned, which I'm sure, well, I hope you're all excited about. So the idea is that we're going to have a 100-player Survival Island weekend event. So this is very similar and inspired basically by Paladin Ryan, who did the same thing a couple of years ago. I think he did it in 1.0 though, so we're going to be doing it in beta, you know, on brand. And yeah, I'm going to be streaming it over those sort of 2 days. Now, depending where you live, you're going to have to listen closely about, you know, the time zones and, you know, when it starts. For Americans, it's going to start on Friday the 13th at 5 p.m. EST. For Australians, it's going to start on Saturday the 14th, 8 a.m. AEST. So using those 2 time zones, you know, try and work out, you know, when it is for you, and hopefully it's at a convenient time that you can join. But it will go for over 24 hours, so you will have a chance to join, hopefully. It's going to end the next day, you know, 24 hours later, so you should have time to join at some point. Now, there will only be 100 players able to be online at a time, which even that, I have no idea how the server is going to handle it. It could be crazy. It could be impossible to play. I don't know. It's a bit of an experiment as well, because I want to do more events that kind of incorporate you guys and the community. So this is kind of like a trial run and an excuse to try this out. So we're going to give it a go. So yeah, there can only be 100 players online. I don't know what the interest is going to be like. Maybe there'll be, you know, 150 people, or, you know, maybe there'll be only 2 people who want to join. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that's you know, there's a 100 player limit, so if you can't join, try again when there's less people on, hopefully. Now, information about the event will be on the Betamore Discord, which will be linked down below, and you can find the relevant channel, which will be called BoxBlair Event. So if you go to that channel, you'll be able to see any updates or anything like that that I post, and you'll be able to talk with people in there as well, you know, who might be excited about the event, and you guys can plan and do whatever you like in there as well. The IP will be posted in that channel, so make sure you're, you know, on the day, get ready to have that IP posted. It'll be around the start time of the event, so be ready for that. But yeah, that's all the information. There might also be, if anything comes up, I'll post it on my community post, or like I said, in the Betamore Discord, so definitely join that. But yeah, I really hope you guys are excited about that. I definitely am. It'll be really interesting to see how it goes with, you know, hopefully 100 people joining. And yeah, it might be a bit chaotic, who knows. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. Unbelievable. And yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters!